Okay. So today we have some pretty exciting news about File Slayer. And when I think about that, it's all because like when you're working on a support case, rich text email messages, they make managing files such a chore. So Thais, what do we have for our File Slayer customers?
So we have a new files component, as you can see here. It can sit anywhere on the page, and it transforms the Salesforce files experience. So it reduces the clutter and puts the most important files front and center. We have a clean view. So it's going to automatically group duplicate files and keeping everything clean into a single entry. And it keeps the list organized. So you can see here duplicate files are signified by this +1.
And I think what was really interesting when you went to that component real quick, like under a second, you saw Slaybot knock out the digital noise of social media icons and company logos. It just took those things out right away. And if you've got other nuisance files, if you've got something else there where you're like, oh, this is something that I would want to block that maybe Slaybot didn't detect, you can still block that file. It just means that your agents can get better productivity and they don't have to compromise the customer experience. So, in looking at this files list, what's some of your favorite features, Thais?
Yeah, I was just blocking that file for you to see how that works, but I love that you can hover and see quick previews of the files. So it makes finding the right file faster. And then we also have the type column where you can sort by file type. So it's going to group everything, also helping you spot that file that really matters for you.
That hover is a huge productivity saver. I think of the number of times on a standard files list view where you're clicking in to see what's in that file. That hover action is great. It's also nice that all of the standard Salesforce actions are available. So if you're used to using the files component in Salesforce, the new File Slayer version of this files component will be very familiar and just have these bonus features.
Yeah, so you can perform all of those actions if you have access to, and then the block action is the files layer action for you to clean up your
Now,
records.
now, if you really want to see the clutter, you can still do that, right? You can still look at all of the underlying stuff that's been blocked.
Yeah, you can. You just untoggle the clean view here, and then you see everything that was blocked, but you shouldn't really use this view. The clean view just makes it easier for you to find the right files faster.
Yeah, and that's really, really powerful. And I think about just like how our customers work. Instead of having to go through and do a lot of work, Slaybot's going to help you out. We're grouping things together. It's just a better way to manage files in Salesforce. But Thais, I have a question for you, and that's about our admins. Our admins, if they want to do some cleanup in their org and they want to do some work, what tool do we have for them?
We have the files layer library. So if you're doing that org-wide cleanup, you can come here. And the nice thing that Slaybot is now here on the page. So you'll always see Slaybot up top, and it's going to tell you how many images it has to review. And with a click of a button, Slaybot runs and it's going to process all of those files. So it's going to look at all of those social media icons, the company logos, and it's going to block them automatically for you with just one click.
And this is really great. So if you think about, I'm going to clean up things in my org, and maybe these are records that people haven't worked with, or you haven't been using FileSlayer on those records. This is just going to go through and help you block all those things, have a great experience, so that you can then go through and just say, "Hey, 86 files," instead of manually going through hundreds of files to say block, 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 block. We took care of almost all of them. You can still manually block things, but we're also showing you the count of files. So for example, if you look at a particular file and you want to see where are these files, we've got this little information panel and it shows, hey, this file's on two separate, in this case, records that have that same file. So if you don't want to delete it because it's shared, we give you that information here as well. It's a really great way to kind of do that cleanup work and improve the experience for all of the people in your org using files.
Yeah, and here you also have those hover previews. You have the type column, so finding files everywhere is really easy.
Well, Thais, when is all of this functionality available?
today. So if you go to the App Exchange, you can upgrade or install. And if you have any questions or issues, open a support case with us, but it's available right now.
That's great. It's available right now. Install a free trial in a sandbox, give it a shot, and we look forward to bringing you some more stuff for FileSlayer and for the Vicasso suite of AppExchange products.